Hello, I would like to record this video about the current state of affairs, and I've seen some YouTube videos, some Hikaru Nakamura statements, explanations, and I would like to explain a few things, to give some more statistics, and to make an important announcement at the end of this video. So, first of all, yeah, it's a bit surprising to see this hysterical reaction on actually simply publishing the statistics. That's all I did, and it's really interesting, the statistics. Again, I would like to state very clearly something I've done already more than once, that it's not, if Hikaru or somebody else thinks that this is an accusation of cheating, then it's not me who is accusing, but mathematics, because it is statistics, it's a true statistics from the open source, and it was not meant to be an accusation, but something else, and I'm going to talk about it later. But all those manipulations of public opinion that I'm trying to accuse somebody are not true, and I've mentioned it already more than once, and I would like to refute all those bots or fans of the well-known chess streamer that, you know, I'm trying to accuse somebody. No, it's not the case. Second, Hikaru became data scientist all of a sudden. By the way, I've received quite a number of commentaries. Incredible, actually, percentage of PhD mathematicians giving those comments, and they actually repeat more or less one-to-one the results of the test which Hikaru claimed he did himself in one of his streams. Well, those tests, I mean, let's be frank, just laughable, because it has nothing to do with mathematics, with data science, because of many reasons. To start with, I mean, cannot be anything more funny, actually, if I may, to start measuring online blitz chess by taking into, consideration as a main factor offline classical FIDE rating. I mean, this is already enough to actually stop even listening to the continuation of this research, because it cannot be anything more absurd than that. Because, okay, there are, of course, you have to take the chess.com rating, which is, yes, it's a bit inflated, but you know, Hikaru, I'm sorry, maybe you don't know that it's inflated for everyone, yes? So there is nothing wrong with this rating, and it's the only way to have a more or less, at least, trustable test, because there are many games played, and so this is quite a current rating, which represents the current strengths of a player. Of course, it has a certain, it has to be converted into FIDE rating, which I'm going to do later on. But I mean, if you take anything else, then it just doesn't make sense. This research. By the way, maybe it makes, what do you think, Hikaru? Maybe we can take American, let's say, rapid rating list and check all chess.com blitz games with this. Good idea, no? And another, just a small remark to chess.com, who actually, as I understand, also was trying to explain that this is the best way to research and to find the probability of something played on blitz online. Just one remark. Then, if you believe so, then please can you also check many other players, prominent and successful players on chess.com, using this method, which you approve, I guess, yeah. And I guess results of many players, prominent players, will be just statistically impossible, and I guess quite a number of players will be banned tomorrow if you start to check it this way. So, I mean, again, this is a complete absurd, and of course the numbers will be very different if you don't try to fake or falsificate, you know, the research and try to prove something with the numbers which are most comfortable and convenient for you. But objectively, let's try to be objective. Let's try to be at least a little bit professional, and measure it normally. That is first. Then the second, of course, the measure. Another story. I will not go too much into detail. That the amount of games taken for this research, which was played by Hikaru Nakamura. I mean, this is all very strange because you definitely have to take only games with this time control. Okay, to whatever, doesn't matter. Also, I mean, any mathematician, anybody who has a certain understanding of how it works, data analysis, I mean, yeah, will understand what I mean. But in any case, it's clear that the results should be very different, objective results of this test. But in any case, the main point is that actually, I can tell now it was a little trap what I've done, because I just published one particular result, performance, but in fact also Hikaru, in his explanations of that it's totally normal, one performance like that when you play so many games. Actually, it is partly true. Of course, the percentage probability is very different. It's much lower than he claims, but it's still possible. Yeah, actually, it is possible. Not very probable, but possible. But one very small detail. There are a lot of performances like this, which Hikaru has, which makes the probability, you know, really lower and lower with each next performance, again, mathematically. And only in this month, November, which hasn't finished yet, Hikaru had 5 similar performances. Only in 1 month. Frankly, I didn't check the whole history, but that was already enough for me to actually start talking about it, because again, I want to explain. I'm not saying that Hikaru was playing not fair, because I don't have not the legacy actually, and I'm not a mathematician, and that's not me who has to judge. So the point is that I will give you some more statistics today, and I think everybody who is not totally biased and have a just common sense will clearly see that those statistics are very unusual. Let's say extremely non-standard. And since if we are really trying to fight against against cheating, if we really take it seriously, I believe that such results, such performances must be very seriously checked. Maybe the result of the checking will be, like that or like this, but you cannot leave such outrageous, performances without further check. And that is the only reason why I started this. And it has nothing to do with the name of a player. It happened to be Hikaru Nakamura. It could have been anyone else. There is nothing personal here. I neither have anything against Nakamura as a person, but I also don't have any, any problem, just because he's famous, or of course he's fantastic blitz player, that's for sure, no doubt, but it doesn't mean that he cannot be checked, and that if he has such such a non-standard, let's put it mildly, statistic that he should be out of any investigation. Such statistics should be investigated in any case, even if it was played by Magnus Carlsen, definitely also me or anyone else. So there is nothing personal at all about it, and all those attempts to make it emotional and personal, well, are clearly the certain tries to switch the attention from the real data, the true data, to some other disputes like emotions, hate, envy, whatever nonsense. But actually, it's all about the data. So. And another very important point. There was I didn't want really to go to make a scandal out of it. Actually, the main point is that I've already informed Chess.com earlier about this. Those performances, which I'm convinced must be checked deeper, and or any performances of this sort, and I'm going to continue opening up some other performances of some players which are clearly unusual and requires further investigation, in my opinion. But all the time when I was sending some statistics, and I never got any response from chess.com, so I'm not even sure they paid any attention to it, or I'm pretty sure they've never checked anyone. So I had no other choice than to start going public. Was not actually my priority to do it publicly, but I had no choice, because I don't see much will from the chess.com to at least to check and to start seriously working and in this direction. So that is the reason why it became public. Again, I don't see, you will see clearly that I have a lot of reasons to at least to ask for serious checking, and that's all what I meant. And at the end of the video I will go a bit further. I will explain you what exactly is my idea now. But for now, I'll just give you another piece of statistics. So as I mentioned, only in November Hikaru had 5 performances, similar performances, for instance, and I will just read it to you now. So that one which I meant first in my previous video, my previous post on chess.com profile, was the performance 45.5 out of 46, 2950 average chess.com rating of the opponents, few guys, and the performance is 3627. Let me remind you that I think the absolute record of chess.com was 3340, so it's like almost 300 elo points higher than the best possible rating somebody ever had on chess.com. 300 is really a lot, and what is the most important, it's not played in 5 or 10 games, 46 games. It's a lot. So it means, okay, it's clearly something to check. I'm convinced about it. And then let's go further. The second one, that one is the best, my favorite, I would say. Okay, the average rating 2737, not that high. Still, it's those players are not patzers, so to say. They can play chess definitely, and the performance, Hikaru won all 55, I repeat, 55 games in a row. Of course, the idea is that all those games are in a row. So 55 out of 55. You cannot even count the performance because it's like goes to space. It's infinite, but okay, if somebody thinks that making 55 out of 55 in a row is totally normal, even for Hikaru Nakamura, I would disagree. And I'm pretty sure that all people who play chess professionally and you know, they will agree with me that this is a very, very difficult thing to do. I mean, and whoever are your opponents, you know, you can always blunder a pawn or at least something. Yeah, I mean, just to win all games, so many games, it's very unusual. So that is the second one. Then, okay, let's go to the third one. Also played the same month, this month, a few days ago. Then, well, average rating of the opposition 29-12. 34.5 out of 35 you know, games in a row. The performance is 3,589, so almost 3,600 again. I mean, cosmic performance, again, in a very short period of time. Then another one, still in November. This time it was very modest, 29-49 average, 46 out of 48. And performance is only 3,450. Very, very modest this time. Maybe was not in very good form that day. And if you want, then another one, please. Another performance again. That was very recent. 47.5 out of 48. Not bad. Also, average rating 27.92. And the performance is 3,469. So, well, I don't know how many more such performances, like close to 100% in many, many games, like 50 in a row, against, well, at least a decent opposition, you know. So some of the games were played against really strong players are there, but that is enough already for me to have reasonable doubts. I mean, again, I'm not claiming that this is there is something for sure wrong about it, but probably you would agree with me that there are a lot of reasonable doubts about this performance, and at least it's clearly requires further investigation. That I'm pretty sure about. And there are some more performances. I'm not going to give you too many numbers. I've checked. Okay, there is a certain common sense. You can have a lot of mathematicians in brackets who will explain you probabilities, find you know, to make it in their own way. But finally, probably everybody has common sense, yeah, and understand that you know, when you are playing such a big amount of games consecutively on the, you know, with the rating performance, I mean, just 200-300 more than your level, even if your level is very high still, then, well, it's kind of a bit raising questions, yeah. So that's all what I want. I'm making it public. First of all, I want to stop all this idiotic, I'm sorry, accusations of me trying to ruin Hikaru or being jealous or whatever, being paranoid. This I've heard already many times, but and trying to escape actually discussing the point. The point is, what is the probability of this to happen? How normal is this performance? I haven't seen anything even close to that, never offline, and even online. Magnus, he had only one, I think, if I remember correctly, this year, only one 30.5 out of 32, which with a good opposition, which was kind of close to these performances of Hikaru, even though it's only 32 games, not like 55 or something, yeah. But only one a year. Hikaru had already 5 in 1 month, and some in August, some in July. I mean, you can go further. A lot of performance like that. I don't think anyone else coming even close to have in such a long, you know, streak of games, you know, 100% or close to 100% performances. So my common sense was kind of raising questions. And then I asked a couple of mathematicians, friends of mine, to check. Maybe my common sense betrays me, yeah. And well, they have investigated this. I don't want to give you now yet the result, because you will understand later why at the end of this video. Because I want first Chess.com to do this. It's their job. They must check it. they must explain all of us if it's okay. If it's okay, I'm fine with it, but only with the explanation, very clear based mathematical explanation. And yes, so that has to be done, I believe. And so those, my friends, mathematicians, they told me, yes, well, the probability is, let's put it mildly, very low. So, okay, that is the situation, and chess.com just simply doesn't respond to it, doesn't care about it. I had no other choice than to make it public. Again, well, I really believe that if we are at least more or less serious about the fighting with this disease, which is cheating, we have to pay attention to it. We have to investigate such performance, whoever have achieved it. Again, maybe it is mathematically possible, and there is at least certain probability, more or less reasonable probability of this to happen. Okay, then I would like to see the report. If not, then also I have some questions about it. So, finally, the final and most important point. I'm going to write a petition now, explaining what I've said before, that, okay, it's not an accusation. It is very reasonable request from chess players to check very deeply with the mathematicians, and openly then explain, as chess.com has done it with Hans Niemann some time ago, a year or something ago. So they can do it, they did it already, so why not to respect chess players, because I'm not the only one who has some, one kind of having questions about such performances. So it's just a respect of the players. It will show a goodwill and a real motivation of them to solve such matters, in general, to fight with the cheating, to show that they are checking it, that they're explaining us if yes or not, if not why. That would be perfectly enough for me. I don't have any other intention than that. And so I'm going to write the petition, and I invite every chess player, every chess.com user, of course, top players, but anyone who wants to sign it. I'm signing it now. I'm going to publish it very soon. This very short but clear petition that, okay, we just want checking. If you believe, if not. I mean, it's we are living in the free world, at least on words, but I believe so. Anyway, I believe in it. And but if you also, as me, find it, at least, that it deserves further checking, because it's very, very strange, those those performances. Please feel free to sign it. The procedure can be, you can write me, or there is a Levitov Chess channel who are ready to receive all requests. You can publish also on your personal Twitter. I would just add you to the petition. You have my signature already there, and so anyone who wants, and I hope that is the way. I don't see any other anymore, because I was trying to kick the wall with my head, giving a lot of statistics which are clearly require some investigations. I've never had responses to it, and I don't see any other way to force chess.com do their job, let's put it this way, then simply uniting together and really demanding, in such cases, whoever it is, again, whoever name it is, demanding an explanation, and if it will be satisfactory, no problem, I'm fine with it. So that is my idea. I'm going to publish again this petition very soon, and I invite everyone who really wants to be sure that all top players and not only top players are playing fair, to join and to give their name to sign this petition, and hopefully, I really hope that mathematically that results are possible and that Hikaru is playing always fair. I mean, that would be perfectly fine for me, the result, if it's proved. But anyways, I'm absolutely convinced that such performances cannot, just go unnoticed, and you cannot simply, ignore it just because of the name of a player who had performed. That is what I believe in. And the last but not least, as they say, don't wait, don't sit, and don't ask for whom the bell rings. Yeah. Thank you.